When it comes to creating content, either it's a podcast, a tutorial, a voiceover, even music, you cannot overemphasize the value of good audio. You can look great on video, yeah, but if you sound terrible, your viewers will be turned off no matter how good what you're saying or about to say is. It's just a fundamental principle. So, if you're a podcaster, if you're a teacher, a streamer, come here. You need to get to meet the NearStream AMIX40U. This is an all-in-one audio interface made just for you. And I'm going to be telling you all about it in today's video, go through some practical usage scenarios of this audio interface right here. This video is a full review and walkthrough of the NearStream AMIX40U. So in this video, we'll be going through the unboxing and first impressions, key features and specs, pricing and where you can get one, the in-depth test and usage of the features of the AMIX40U. We would even go through the pro tips for using the AMIX40U and any audio interface for that matter. And also I'm going to give my full verdict at the end of the video so you can have a feel of what I think really about it. Now, all the sections of this video are time coded just with the sections I mentioned earlier on, so feel free to jump in between the sections as you might need to. Let's get mixing. Now, before we dive into the NearStream AMIX40U, I need to tell you that NearStream really did send me this device to check out, review, share my feedback with them, and also share with my audiences, but no money whatsoever exchange hands in the process of making this video, and they have no copy ownership of this video in any shape or form. Everything I'm going to say in this video are 100% my thoughts and opinions about the AMIX40U, and hopefully you get to love it. Also, the purchase links that I will be sharing are affiliate links, and I will get a little bit of a commission if you purchase using my links, but that comes at no extra cost to you in any shape or form. Thank you in advance for using my links if you really want to get the AMIX40U for yourself. With its minimal packaging, which I really love for myself, the items of the AMIX40U box contains the user manual, the quick start guide, warranty card, one short TRRS to TRS cable, and also one long TRS to TRS cable. You also get a USB-C to USB-C/A combo cable and the AMIX40U itself, which is the star of the show. You know, that feeling you get when a device is unboxed and you just fall in love with it. That was my instant feeling when I opened up this box of the AMIX40U. It's got plastic packaging, yes, it's got plastic casing, but it does not feel cheap in any way, shape or form with the way it really performs. And just in case you did not notice, all the audio for this video are recorded with the bass profile settings of the AMIX40U with no EQ, compression, or any sound effects whatsoever applied in the video. Everything is coming out straight through. Although I'm using my 5-fine Tank 3 via XLR into the AMIX40U right here, every other thing is raw processed from here. No other settings done there. Everything is just plain raw. Although I'm gonna go through the in-depth usage and then walk through some of the features of it later on in the video. You might want to stick around for that one. Opening it up was amazing, but that was not even what amazed me the most about the AMIX40U. It's just a quick setup experience. Plug, play, ready to go. I was pretty much ready to start recording the moment I plugged it into my computer, but I gotta add my own feel to it to give it a little bit of a razzle dazzle. So I got it monitoring here with my headphone. Although what I need to do in this video also is to test its dual XLR functionality, which we'll get to a little bit later in the video. So I'm gonna keep this handy here somewhere on the desk. Ouch, that hurts. Now let's talk about the key features and specs of the AMIX40U. What really makes it stand out for someone like me is the fact that it's got dual XLR input. It means if you have a 2-person podcast, this makes it the right device for you to use for that. So XLR jack combo, which is nice. So for someone like me who plays the saxophone, I can have a jack input here and an XLR input here, depending on how I'm feeling. So I can be speaking and also playing an instrument at the same time. You got a guitar, you got a microphone that has just the jack inputs. You're pretty much good to go with those dual inputs for yourself, and dual monitoring that makes it awesome for a 2-person podcast. It also got built-in digital signal processing, so everything is mixed right here on the interface right here. So you don't need any extra software in your computer to mix your sound here and there. Everything is processed on board. I'm gonna go through that just in a little while. Also, for the power hungry microphones, it's got the 48-volt phantom power support right in front here. You can just power that on for the power hungry condenser microphones. You're pretty much good to go with that. And with this USB-C connectivity, it means you're pretty much good to go plug and play on any device of your choosing: Mac, Windows, Linux, even your tablets and mobile phones. As long as you got the external power supply plugged into it, you are pretty much set on any device of your choosing. And for me, the fact that it's portable and easy to carry, it's pretty much lightweight right here. Just this, it's something that I really love. And the zero latency monitoring, so that when I need to, I can pretty much get this into my ear and adjust this to focus more on my audio input from the microphone, so I can monitor it. So the moment I start talking, I can actually hear it for myself, and I can go into computer mode here if I don't want to start monitoring my audio, and I can go off right here. But I'm gonna make it right here now, so because I'm about to start doing all the tests. The display is a 2-inch HD LCD display, gives you a real-time update of whatever manipulations you're doing on the interface right here. So which is pretty good. You can connect to Bluetooth, auxiliary inputs, OTG inputs for your phones and stuff, which makes a lot of sense. Now, before I go into the in-depth test of the MX40U, you need to know where to get one, just in case you love what you're hearing so far. And this is the base profile, as I mentioned earlier on. Ideally, this cost about $150, but at the time of recording this video, it cost about $130. I'll put a link in the video description and pinned comment, so you can check that out when you're ready to buy one for yourself. You can purchase it either directly from NearStream on their website, or you can go to the Amazon links I'll put in the video description and pinned comments. This is the fun part of the video, where I get to do the in-depth test of this AMIX40U right here. So all I've done is I've brought my input gain on mic 1 to just about 75% right here. I have turned the input 2 down because I didn't have it plugged earlier on. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just get that on my desk and plug in input 2 and crank that up when I need it. Alright, so input 2 is in now, and I'm recording this straight into my sound recorder. No special software being used to do this. I'm just using the plain Windows sound recorder to do this, and that is the audio you're hearing. So far so good. Now let's manipulate input 1 for a little while. Now I'm just gonna press input 1. I can modify the gain so you can see what level of input real time that you get as you do that, and you can even see that the audio wave is going up and down as you wish. So I'm gonna put that mainly at about 5% for myself, and what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna turn input 1 down and turn on input 2 so you can see the difference. But before I do that, I want to go through all the settings. So this is the original voice. I can change that to sound a little bit deep. Deep is actually the profile I really want to sound like on this audio interface. When I was testing it out, I love the deep voice. But of course, if you don't want to sound pretty deep podcasty, you can go sound bright. Bright and lovely there. It's a beautiful one. But of course, I'm going to keep this on deep now, and that is what you're going to be hearing going forward in the video. I'm not sure if you can hear any of the background sound here, but this is the general recording scenario I use in my home office, so you have a feel of what that is. And also, if you have a bit of noise around you, this is the bass profile, noise cancelling level 1. Then this is noise cancelling level 2. And then this is noise cancelling level 3. I'm going to keep it on level 3 simply because the hissing sound is now gone in my ears. I'm not sure if you can hear it in the video, but there's some hissing sound I was hearing previously, but that is all gone now with profile 3. And because I'm pretty much close to the microphone, it's pretty much clear, crystal clear, everything done here. And a little bit of fun you can do if you want to do it is that you can turn on some reverb in the audio. Well, not something I like personally, so I'm going to turn that all down. I don't exactly need the reverb, but if it's something you want in your audio, that is pretty much good to go. Now let's move on to input 2. I'm going to turn this down now. All right, this is input 2. It took a little bit of time before it got on, but it's on now. So this is input 2 coming into the audio interface now, and it's working. So far so good. And you can just use the same setting you generally just use with that. So if I go back to input 1 here and turn on the gain, so it's coming from both microphones now. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. You have a feel of that. So I'm gonna turn one of them down now because this is not a 2-person show. So I'm gonna turn input 2 down. I can always just use the same settings as I've been using earlier on for that. So that is input 2 right there if you need to. And if you were to connect the jack input, you just need to switch by pressing the instrument button here. And then if you have a condenser microphone, you turn on 48-volt phantom power. If you didn't switch between computer audio so that you can hear computer audio real good, you turn on the monitoring is off. And if you want to hear the hardware sound, that's the microphone monitoring, you turn that right on. But you can pretty much put it at about 50% so you can have a balanced sound and feel for yourself. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to unplug input 2 here because I really don't need it yet. It's good to know that I can really have it when I need it. And as I say in all of my videos, it's good to need it and have it readily available than need it and never have it. So that is why I really love this one right here. So let's just go a little bit around the back here. So you can do real-time monitoring also with studio monitors. You can have another auxiliary out, USB OTG, and you can reset here and you can log this to your desk if you ever wish to do that. So it's pretty nice, nifty, and good to go. Some other things you can do here is that you can control background music. So if you have an auxiliary in somewhere here, yep, you can control that. You can control also the Bluetooth volume, although the Bluetooth is off now. So I can connect this to Bluetooth, turn that on, and this has been paired previously with my Samsung S21 Ultra, this one right here. So I can go to YouTube Music, go to my podcast, and play some little bit of audio for you. I think I need to turn on loop back for this one to work.
See if it's be right. That is the summary of this entire video. But
yeah, I needed to turn on loop back
you need to
before the Bluetooth audio coming in from my phone is actually served as an input into the interface. So
when I
always
say
remember
develop
that.
your skills to be ready for that internship role,
you can always
they are
modify that
to know
aux input. Let me just pause this one right here. And you can modify the output levels also if you need to do that, which is cool to do. I'm just gonna leave all those as you can also modify the USB one. You can also add some effects, which is cool. Let me actually go to instruments 1, see if I can add some effects. Okay, that just jumps to reverb effect, and I can go home pretty much. I'm pretty much ready to go. I keep it on deep, and I use noise cancellation level 3, and no reverb for me, and the gain is about 75%, and pretty much that is how I would be using this going forward. I think it's pretty nice. It's good. Let's go through some of the tips to use your AMIX40U as efficiently as possible. And this is one of the things I generally tell anyone who uses any device. You need to be able to use your devices as efficiently as possible. And one of such tips is that when you're about to go, use it for podcasting, for recording, for music, for whatever, you need to dial in your settings. What do I mean by this? You need to know the settings that work for different scenarios. So if it takes you some 15-20 minutes extra before you start recording, please do all those tests before you get to recording your audio so that you're not disappointed. Also, if you're unsure, always monitor the audio, because right now I'm monitoring the audio and I'm sure that I'm getting something in my ears, so I know that the input I'm serving is great. Also, just as backup, try to record into 2 destinations. I'm recording now into OBS, I'm recording into the sound recorder, and I'm also having a backup audio, and my camera is also recording a backup audio. So I have 4 audios just in case one of them messes up. But of course, all the audio from this video is the one I'm recording with my Windows sound recorder. Here you can use Memo app on iOS, on macOS, and you're pretty much good to go. And one thing you also need to know is you need to know the setting that works for you. If the original sound mode is the one that's great for you, go ahead and use it. If the deep one, I know the deep one is the one I love to hear. Hopefully my audience love that also. That is what I get to use. Also, if you want to use reverb settings, dial in the right one you think is nice. Ideally between 10 and 30, but of course, if you want to have special effects squared and do your magic and have fun, that is also good for you. And only enable phantom power if you have a condenser microphone. If you're using a dynamic microphone like this one, you technically don't need it. So to avoid damage to the microphone, only use 48-volt phantom power when you have a condenser microphone. Uh, if you have a two-person podcast, if you have a co-host or a guest on the show, use the dual headphone output monitoring available to you, which is a great feature here. And also test your mixes before you go live. Your music, your background sounds, your effects, your Bluetooth. Ensure everything is properly connected and powered up rightly before you get rolling. And also keep your Bluetooth devices within range when you're trying to record. And if you're using any audio software to record, ensure you pick the AMIX40U as your audio source so that it is the one you are really using to record, because you don't want to miss out on the great features of this audio interface by selecting the wrong microphone input, especially if you're someone like me that uses multiple audio devices in their setup. Pre-configure your sessions. I've mentioned that earlier on. Your gain, your effects, your mode before going live, before hitting record, and also if you can, take a picture of it and save it, and always refer to it whenever you need to. Now, with all that said, you also want to ask me, what do I really think of this audio interface? Is it something you should get for yourself? To be honest, because of the ease of use only, if it's just because of the ease of use of this audio interface without having to think around the setting, it's pretty much intuitive to use. 100% go get it. It's budget enough, at least for me, and it's great if you need a one person audio interface. Also, NearStream also offers those options for those who want that. But if you want a two-person podcast show, this is pretty much great. And they also sell bundles of their offerings, so their microphones, their boom arms, even their cameras, which is, I think, is ideally great. But on this one right here, if this is the only thing you need to get to make your audio sound great, to elevate your audio, I think it is a worthwhile investment. It's not cheap. It's also not expensive. It's on the mid-range of prices, and for what it offers, from what I've seen out of it so far, from using it over the last couple of days, I would 100% recommend it. And this is not because they sent it to me and it's a free device for me. It's because I have used other audio interfaces, and this one right here, it's it out of the pack. It just checks all the boxes for me. And this is gonna confession time here, really confession time. For the next couple of months, this is going to be my main audio interface. And over the last maybe 3 months, 6 months, 3 months, 6 months, I'm going to do a full, long-term review video to see if all the nice things I'm saying now is still what I'm going to be saying in the future about this audio interface right here. So stay tuned for that one and subscribe to not miss that content when I post it. But right here and now, for using this one, I 100% recommend it. Flexibility, ease of use, setup. It looks sleek also on the desk. That is one thing I love about it. It looks sleek. It's beautiful. It does what it says it will do. So out of the park, that just makes a lot of sense for me. Sound quality is solid for what I'm hearing right now. I can use it as an output for my computer. It's just straight plug and play. Makes life easy for me. And that's pretty much my verdict on it. So I'm going to give it, out of 5 stars, a 4.98. Yes, a 4.98. I know I'm not a pro audio person, but for my beginner level audio skills, for the output I'm getting out of this, it has a 4.98 star out of 5. But I don't give the full 5 star for anything yet. I don't. That's why. I would have given the full 5 star, but you get what I mean. Thank you for joining me on this video, really. I know it's been a long one, longer than the usual videos I make reviewing devices, but I think it's worth it to actually go through all the paces of setting up and, getting this set up and showing you all the features it has to offer and explaining what it needs to do and my personal opinion about it. So I think you're really going to love it. Once again, I'll put the links to purchase one in the video description and the pinned comment if you really want to check this out. The links are affiliate links. I'm going to get a little bit of a commission if you use my links, but they come at no extra cost to you whatsoever. But if you don't want to miss any of my videos, for example, that long-term review I'm going to do in 3 or 6 months, you might consider subscribing right now so you don't miss those content, and also turn on notifications so when you get when the video goes live, you don't miss it whatsoever. And if I post any videos just like this one, you get alerted immediately. I get to watch those videos and see me actually use this from day to day, so you know the feel when I add all the effects. This is great out of the box, but when I add all the effects and all these things I do to my audio, you see what beauty you can also bring out of this device with all the customizations you give it. That's pretty much it for today's video. I don't want to waste so much more of your time. I think I'm gonna get back to what I was saying before recording this video, and I wish you good luck and all the best in making your content. I'll see you on the other side. Bye bye.